With every passing day, hundreds and thousands came to him. His home became a mandir with a moving and loving, smiling and playful deity. Yes, it was him and only him who turned everyone's tears into streams of bliss. As the bud blossomed to reveal 1,000 petals, it can only be said that the fragrance of the first few years is unique.
We've been speaking about the beautiful Pathamandiram days. And yesterday we spoke about the Kuppam family. The second trip when they made, they inquire around in Penukonda railway station and Bukkapatnam and all these places. They ask, how's the crowd at Puttaparthi now? And the bus drivers and the Tongawalas and all of them tell nowadays more devotees are coming. And their hearts sank. They wondered, will Swami speak to us now? They thought so much crowd is coming now. And then later when Swami moved to Prashantinilayam, 1950, the devotees felt very disappointed that now no more Swami will sleep in a couch amongst men and women. They would no more see Swami going from his bathroom to his room, shyly clad with a towel. So one of these old devotees, I think it was Kannamma, asked Swami, what will happen in the future? How will the devotees who come in the future feel close to you, feel your love? How will they feel your presence? Because the trend is obvious, you're going to become more and more inaccessible. And Swami told them, ఈ పుట్టపర్తి ప్రాహారంలో కూర్చుకొని ఈ కథలన్నీ చెప్తూ ఉంటారు, Swami said. Meaning, my devotees will sit in this Puttaparthi, they will relate and hear and rejoice in all of these stories, and that way I will be close to them. That is the opportunity Swami has given us through this program. The year 1946 was very special for another reason. Many of the festivals were celebrated for the first time during this year. But in a very big way, a festival was celebrated in 1946, which continues even till today, and that happens to be the Dashara festival. As we said, the first few years, 1945, 44, and the years before that, Swami was traveling during the Dashara time. Swami was in Mysore during Dashara. So for the first time, Swami was in Puttaparthi, and some devotees made this request. Swami, why not celebrate Dashara here in Puttaparthi? We are all here. Swami readily agreed, but under one condition. Swami said, no advertisement. Whoever is here, whoever comes, we'll celebrate. No sending word, no gathering people. So they agreed. There were a few families which had come a couple of weeks back, they stayed on. But news quickly spread, a lot of people started coming. So Seshagiri Rao comes and tells Balapatabi, see, a lot of devotees are going to come. At the end of it, we have to give all the devotees prasadam. So we need vibhuti. So you go and ask Swami that he should give us vibhuti that we can give all the devotees. Swami comes himself and Swami says, hey, a lot of devotees are going to come. We need to give them prasadam. Swami says, go get one tin or empty vessel, something like a drum. So they bring this huge drum, an empty drum, and Swami says, okay, keep it here. And Swami starts rubbing his hand over the mouth of that vessel. And in no time, the vessel fills up with vibhuti. And Swami says, you keep this, pack this and give all the devotees. And then Swami specifically says, this is from my dhuni, he says. So slowly the devotees start coming in cartloads. Before they could realize there's a huge crowd. The place is agog with activity. Somebody sends a generator from Trichy. Somebody sends a huge generator that comes. But the problem is it runs on petrol, and during those times, petrol was not so easily available. And you can imagine it's definitely not available in a place like Puttaparthi. So they were disappointed that, the generator is there, the lights are there, everything else is there, but there's no petrol. So Swami says, all right, go fetch some water from the well and fill the generator. During the Shirdi avatar, when the shopkeepers refused to give Baba oil, he filled water in the lamps and lit the lamps. This seems to be like an upgrade of the same miracle. This time he fills water in the generator and the generator runs the lamps. As we all know, Dashera is a festival where we worship Swami as the mother aspect.
Pujali de, bhakti pujali de, Baba kune cheyu pujali de, bhakti pujali de.
So he is Shiva, he is Shakti too. So they start worshipping him, and there is this beautiful tradition of Kumkum Puja, which goes on even today. It started way back then. But then it was a little different. Swami was seated on a throne like this. On either side of him were Miss Leela Mudalyar, who's the daughter of Lokanath Mudalyar. And the other girl was Vijay Kumari or Vijayma of the Kuppam family. They were sitting at Swami's feet and they were doing this Kumkumarchana directly to Swami's feet. And all the other ladies were seated in rows, and they were all doing this Kumkumarchana. And on each of the 9 days this happened. Some days they all came and offered the kumkum to Swami's feet. Some days Swami walked to each one of those people and accepted their offerings. Then Swami gave blessings to all of them. Then there was bhajans from 8 to 9. In the evening, they had this beautiful procession in which they began taking Swami. A wonderful palanquin was made, bedecked with flowers. And Swami was seated on that, and Swami would be taken on this procession. Of course, over the years, we're talking about the first Dashera. Over the years, this palanquin procession became even more grand. It so became that in the subsequent years, there would be one special palanquin for each day of the Dashera. Swami would be dressed according to the day on which the procession was taking place, because we know that each day is meant for one particular deity, one particular Devi. So Swami would dress in different colors. And the villagers around Puttaparthi have never seen something like this. This is such a grand celebration. So whether they liked Swami, they didn't like Swami, they were devoted to Swami, they were not devoted to Swami, all of them came. They wanted to see what is this, what is happening. Sometime back he was playing with his playmates around. And today they're taking him in a procession like this. Jealousy, so they all hide in different places. And they try to disrupt the procession by throwing stones. And the devotees realize that all the stones thrown transform into flowers and fall on Swami. But Swami was looking so charming, so beautiful, that nobody had the heart to turn away from Swami and walk. So they would all look at Swami and walk backwards. And Swami seated on the palanquin will say, hey, watch out, there's a ditch over there. Hey, there's a turning over here. You have to go like this, you have to go like that. Swami, wearing all these garlands, thick garlands, playfully would pluck a few flowers and throw it at the people at the procession. And what Swami throws will become lockets and rings and trinkets like that. And many of the devotees cherish that for many, many years. So this procession would start sometime in the evening once it becomes a little dark, and it would go and it would go and it would go. By the time they return, sometimes it would be 2 in the night. And these devotees would wonder, where did we go? They would say, we didn't come across the same buildings and same landmarks again and again, so we were not going in circles. Where did we go? So some of them would go the next morning and they would go around and they would say that however slowly we walked, we would cover all the lanes in 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Where did we walk for 4 hours? During the last day, the final Vijayadashmi day, Sakama dressed Swami like a prince. They put garlands of pearls and diamonds. They made Swami wear bracelets. And she said, he's a prince, he should be dressed up like a prince. And of course, Leela Mudaliar, she notes that on the final day, they took Swami towards the edge of the village. We all know that Dashera is celebrated for multiple reasons. And one of the reasons is we believe that it is the day on which Ravana was killed by Lord Rama. Right? So in some places in India, we have the celebration of having a huge Ravana built and he's shot down. It goes up in flames. So they took Swami to a place in the outskirts of the village, and there is a tradition, there is a particular tree, I think she writes it's a Vanni tree. That tree is dressed up like it is Ravana, and they gave Swami a bow and arrow and they asked Swami to shoot down the tree. So everything, whatever they had, to make that festival so grand and so special. And Swami conceded, Swami gave himself for the celebrations. And that is how the first Dashera was celebrated. And as I mentioned, as the years go on, this would become one of the grandest celebrations in Parthi. And as we see it even today, more and more attributes got added to this festival. And today it is what it is.
And then after Dasara, Swami set out. So Swami went to Mysore via Bangalore. Before going to Bangalore, Swami made a brief halt at Nandi Hills. This is a picture of Swami in Nandi Hill sitting under a tree with the devotees, and this is the back exit or the back entrance of the Yoganandishwara temple. The thing about the Lord is he is able to achieve multiple things in one act, and that is why I think it was V.K. Gokak who coined a new term. Apart from omnipresence, omniscience and omnipotence, he said Bhagwan has omnifelicity, where at one shot he is able to felicitate multiple people. It was thrilling for both of us to discover that an episode narrated by Professor Kasturi and a few other devotees is different from the narrative of Kannamma, and yet they are describing the same thing. So on one hand we heard that Swami kept sleeping throughout, from the morning after breakfast till evening 6 o'clock, so that he will not go for the Kedda operation and go to Kannamma's home. That was the Bali Padyami day, the Deepavali day. On the Deepavali day in Puttaparthi there was sadness. There was no light, because what is Deepavali without Swami? So everybody was sad, and suddenly at a distance they see a convoy of cars near Karnataka Nagapalli village. They are all thrilled. Is Swami coming back? So a lot of people who are awake get up and rush towards the Chitravati banks, because no car can come beyond that. After that they have to walk to the Patha Mandir, and they wait. They have seen the cars at a distance, now they wait for the cars to come around the bend. They wait for minutes, wait for half an hour, no car comes around the bend. And everybody wonders, what was it? Was it an illusion? We thought Swami is coming, but no, we were wrong. They were wrong in a sense, but they were also right in a sense, because as they go back to Patha Mandiram, they begin preparations for celebrating Deepavali in the presence of a photograph. A cobra has coiled itself around Bhagwan's photograph. And it is not an ordinary cobra. It is a silver cobra, silver colored cobra. At the same time, this is when Swami, according to Kannamma, has slept in Mysore. He has gone to sleep. But Professor Kasturi and another devotee record this as Swami went into a trance in Mysore. Why he went into a trance? Because here the cobra was giving darshan, and that cobra, that Nagasai, sat around that portrait waiting for all the devotees to come, just as Swami would wait in the Pathamandiram waiting for the devotees to come. It accepted the devotees' offerings of kumkum, haldi and milk. It sat there throughout, swaying for the bhajans. Lunchtime came, the cobra didn't move. Then more and more devotees started coming in. It became a spectacle in the village. 4 hours, 5 hours, the cobra is simply sitting there. So they all come for darshan. Everybody starts coming, breaking coconuts. You know, when people break coconuts, traditionally, that coconut is given back to you as prasadam. You take it home and make chutney or whatever, you know. Now here was one woman. Her name is Reddy Narsamma. Now, Reddy Narsamma had apparently bought a very huge coconut, and she also offered it to the cobra, to Nagasai. And afterward, when the priest, after every batch, he is returning back the coconuts, she is saying, no, this is not my coconut. She wants her coconut because she has brought possibly which is sufficient for chutney for 10 people, and she is getting only a 4 people chutney coconut. So she starts arguing and fighting and all that there. Then the priest says, okay, you only search for your coconut. She starts digging through and telling him, what happened? No, I don't know where you threw it off. Maybe you already gave it off. And on an otherwise peaceful and nice, lovely day, this lady is creating a ruckus. And for the first time, the cobra raises its hood fully wide and comes near her and hisses. She silently picks up the 4 people chutney coconut and goes. And everybody around smile because they feel that this cobra is also doing things like Swami, playful, playing pranks. And the cobra sits on, receives the saffron, the kumkum, milk, coconut. Around 4 p.m. or something, they say that the cobra slithered under some box or something. At around 6 o'clock when they go there, there's no cobra. Where did it go? Nothing they know. But they're all so thrilled. They feel that because they were feeling sad, they were missing Swami. Swami came and granted them darshan in that form. And Professor Kasturi writes in Satyam Shivam Sundaram, at 6 p.m., Swami came out of his trance in Mysore and visited a devotee's home. And Kannamma records, Swami slept till 6 o'clock because he didn't want to go to Khedda. He got up and came to our home. So the same episode, that is the beauty, that is the multifarious ways in which the Lord operates.
When Swami is away in Mysore, an interesting consignment arrives at Prashantinilayam. A parcel. There are 3 items in that parcel. One is a huge box, and from the shape of it and from a little bit of curiosity, I think that devotees would have peeped inside. They realized that it looks like a throne for Swami. So they're very happy. It has come from devotees who have sent it from Madras. So they say, all right, it's a nice throne, we can use it for Swami's birthday. So they keep it aside. And the 2 other consignments which come, when they open it, they are 2 oil paintings. One of Swami and one of Shirdi Baba. But none of them are able to make out who has sent these pictures. Who has painted them and who has sent them to them, nobody knows. Swami also never reveals, but it comes along with this chair. In fact, in later years, these are the 2 pictures which were adorning Swami's Prashantinilayam main altar for many, many years. In fact, I think it's the same Shirdi Baba picture which is still there. The picture of Swami, of course, was changed to a photograph. But this is one of the things which came. And all the while Swami was in Mysore, and in time for Swami's birthday, Swami comes back. And when Swami comes, they ask about this chair. They say, Swami, shall we open this throne and use it for the birthday? Swami says, no, not now. We will use it for next year's birthday, Swami says. And gives a very mischievous smile. We've actually spoken about this even in the last time. Probably we'll refresh the memories of those who are with us. There was one of Swami's relatives, his name was Subbaraju, Seshamaraju's brother-in-law. when Swami was staying in Kamalapuram, one day he was sitting on one of the chairs. So this Subbaraju comes, he's like his, elder brother figure. He kind of shouts at Swami and says, "Hey, get up, what are you rocking the chair?" And Swami, who never usually gets upset by these things, that day got a little upset. And Swami gets a little serious and Swami says, "You're making me get up from this chair. One day you will wipe a silver throne for me and I will come and sit on it." This was that chair. And Swami does not allow them to open it during that festival, does not allow them to open it during any other festivals in the subsequent year. Till the birthday comes, till Mr. Subbaraju is around, Swami calls him and Swami says, "Open that." And even as he opens that chair, he starts crying. He remembers what Swami had told him. So those are the things which have come. So preparations for Swami's birthday begin.